Committee of the All Progressive Congress, APC, and the governors elected on the party's platform have called on President Muhammadu Buhari to obey the Supreme Court's interim injunction on the Naira swap deadline. They said the policy and its implementation are causing hardship for citizens and the economy. The national chairman of the APC, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, urged the president to intervene in resolving the issues. Meanwhile, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, has had a rethink on his previous position on the Naira redesign issue. He stated that the policy is hurting Nigerians, but therefore we go. Now, let's hear from what Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna said about the policy.
How can the Central Bank of Nigeria collect 2.1 trillion from citizens and print only 400 billion? Is this not a clear case of economic sabotage? It is bad economics to so curtail economic activity and the velocity of circulation of money. It is also insensitive to deliberately cause cash shortage and then seek to instigate the public against the mostly innocent commercial banks. Even the most honest and prudent action by banks cannot magically make 400 billion to look like 2.1 trillion or have the same spread and availability like the central bank should have ensured. As a regulator, the Central Bank of Nigeria should not be seen to be setting up the banking sector as the public enemy to cover up the glaring failure in its design and implementation of the so-called cash swap policy.
Well, let's start from Senator Adamu Abdullahi, the APC governors. They met yesterday at the Secretariat with and the NWC, met with, and the presidential candidate was there. And for the party to take a position, say, Mr. President.
And, you know, it's in the interest of APC to do what they have done, because the party is by its own, by the poor judgment of the federal government, the party risks losing this election. That is a fact. It's a close race. It's a close race. And in a close race, every issue counts. Insecurity, poverty, all kinds of people will decide.
The campaign point now that
different variables.
You want to continue in this poverty. You want to continue
in this crisis.
People, you want to continue. Yes, that's the talking point.
So now the party has to find a way, because nobody can be bigger than the party. Even if you are a president, you can't be bigger than the party. By being president, you are deemed the leader of the party, but it doesn't make you. You are deemed leader of the party, but it doesn't make you the owner of the party.
And not the monarchy.
I mean, this is a democracy. People like Dati, the deputy governor candidate of Labour, saying that because a governor chose to respect the directive of the Supreme Court, that he has committed treason. What kind of shambolic thinking is this? That a Supreme Court order, a governor chose to obey it rather than obey the president. You are calling that treason, and you think you are making sense.
Somebody said it on TV yesterday that a lawyer said it on TV that the federal government can choose not to obey the Supreme Court. And it has happened in the US, it has happened in Australia, it has happened in Britain.
Okay.
That the federal government, in the matter of national security or some other matters,
national security matter,
or can
Are we on that right?
not to obey the Supreme Court of the land.
Once
the lawyer speaking like that,
no, Shebi, there was one that abused you. He accused you because we debated a matter that we now, that by the grace of God, we were vindicated by the upper court, the superior court. He was abusing you, accusing you of taking money because we spoke the truth.
Yes.
There are all kinds of Nigerians. There are some people who do not see beyond their
fake
nose.
lawyers.
Once it has to do with their interest, they will twist it. And that's why, Charles Dickens, that said lawyers are trained to call black white. It's people like this who give fillip to that notion that lawyers are indeed paid to call black white according as they are paid. That based on the size of the money, a lawyer can choose to lie. This is not, it makes no sense. But the best lawyers in our land, we've seen what they have said. And Ozekome is now a professor of law. We've seen Femi Falana come out to say the same thing. So many others. We've seen people like G.T. Ogunye, one of the most underrated but most brilliant lawyers around. We heard what he said.
Very brilliant.
So it's not every lawyer that is privileged to go into a TV studio that I take seriously. Some of them don't know their left from their right. Even what a layman will not argue. You see a lawyer who wants to be described as a learned person, pushing the argument. Yeah. Is it not in this country that something happened in Anambra and a lawyer took the matter to bring in Kudu?
Yeah. To get an injunction.
In Jigawa? So matter. Lawyers who deliberately do what is wrong because the NJC permits them to do all kinds of nonsense. If not because the former CJN in the matter of Ondo State, if not because he decided to deal with a lawyer. You saw how they were postponing the matter, bringing frivolous motions and all that, just so that the case will not go forward. Let's leave the issue of lawyers. I don't blame them. If the president had not behaved the way he behaved, will a lawyer be saying that even in the U.S.? Oh, that means in the U.S., why should Trump respect the Constitution? Is the president, then he could have done. Do you know how many times Trump lost in court? Why did he obey? People, you see, the thing is, when we argue about things that have to do with common sense, people will go, they look for the most negative examples in foreign lands. That is what they bring. That's why we are where we are. Because the things that we are supposed to copy,
we ignore.
The finer things about those countries that make them the great countries that they are. You look at Norway.
We're looking for loose examples.
You look at Norway.
With their sovereign wealth
funds. You know, their sovereign wealth funds. See how big it is. All our money we just spend. We don't copy the right things about those countries. And some of us go there. That's why we are stunted where we are. And people who sit on TV and simply lie in a manner that enables the suffering of the common man to continue. What they are doing is simply oiling the shackles of our people. You have shackles, you have manacles in your leg. An individual goes there and puts engine oil.
You know that
so that you will not feel it, but the shackles remain. I mean, it makes no sense. It makes no sense that the president can do what he likes. Even Obasanjo, you know how many times Obasanjo was losing in court? And he obeyed. Why would we have people who encourage a president who is not above the law by the letters of the Constitution to disobey the law?
Even they went further to even tell the Supreme Court ahead of Wednesday's hearing that the Supreme Court should not be stampeded. That whatever they do, you know, like trying to preempt without final courts.
What people don't understand, which makes me very sad, is that there are families that will never recover
from this project. Yes.
Families who are even leaning towards the position that they are taking, that will never recover. I know families who have to sell everything they had to raise money to feed himself and feed his family. Don't be surprised if we hear a case of suicide, if something is not done by Wednesday to alleviate this matter. And I'm not talking about the poor people, I'm talking about middle-class people.
The unrest, there's a kind of unrest all over the country now. They are burning banks, they are burning financial...
The danger of what the president has done is double-fold. One is that he has created a state of anarchy when it comes to obeying court orders. Because the governors will now, by the virtue of obeying court orders, reinforce the federality of our country. Because you are asking people in executive positions to choose which court orders to obey. And we may think because now it's political.
That's not setting the right example.
And then we think because it's political now, because some people think they will get advantage.
Yes, now.
Something will happen later, because whatever goes round comes round.
No, look at Atiku, for example.
Yeah.
Atiku is back now.
No, yes, we'll talk about
Talking
it.
about,
We'll talk about when
this
we
thing.
come. Jude, the former vice president, when this policy started, and he was part of the people that I stand with the president, I stand with the Emefiele, and he said, look, it's good. Days down the line, how will a leader afford to be this inconsistent?
He has taken position 3 times. The first time, he complained. When he saw that this thing
Can be advantage.
was hurting the APC, he changed his position. You know, initially we thought, oh, he was sympathetic to the people. But he was one of those who said, no, that deadline, don't extend. That was the second one, if we check. So Atiku has had 3 positions. In just a matter of a few weeks, 3 positions. A principled man would take a position and come rain, come shine, will stand
By that position.
By that policy.
whether that position is in the realm of the minority or not. In human history, there is sufficient evidence that the majority is not always right.
Sometimes we call it tyranny of the majority.
The 2 greatest human beings the world has seen, Jesus Christ and Muhammad, when they were alive, they were persecuted.
Yes.
People didn't like them.
Kill him, kill him.
Kill them. That was what we were doing. But Jesus Christ was crucified. Muhammad had to embark on Hijrah. He fled. They persecuted his followers. Today, they are the 2 most popular human beings to ever live on the face of the earth.
Most influential, yeah.
2. You will never find.
Most influential thing.
They have more followers than Twitter
What is
than
that?
everybody on Twitter combined.
What does Twitter got to do?
Yes, they have more followers. Those 2 gentlemen have more followers than the followers of Twitter combined. Yet, when they were alive, the majority of the people didn't like them. They hated them. Majority is not always right. But there are people who always do things just to make the majority happy. No.
Playing to the gallery.
Yes, playing to the gallery. Let me not analyze this issue. If I analyze this issue in this way, won't the people turn against me?
Looking at the gains for every other thing, political gains.
No, Mr.
So the thing now, all of those spokespersons of Atiku Abubakar, who never for one day sympathized with our suffering people. Instead, they were posting rubbish about people stashing money, this and that, is because they stash money. And some of them, to show you that even, many things have been exposed to me during this period. It is the fact that a lot of the so-called activists, they have no scruples. You see an activist who took this position against Emefiele. Suddenly, he has changed the position. It is talking about, they stash money somewhere. He has not seen anybody who stash money.
He has been rogered.
If you see the crowd in front of CBN, in Benin, in Marina here, you will know that it is a time bomb to allow such people's money to be wasted.
I'm telling you.
People have to think that what will happen if all of these people lose their money? Do these people even understand what they are going into? Look at the crowd. All of that money. So when they are talking about more than 400 billion still in people's hands, it is not politicians alone. They should stop deceiving themselves. A lot of these people in the villages where there are no banks and the rest, they still have their cash. They don't know where to go. A lot of them. Look at the one who was carrying 2 big bags. Is he a politician? Even if it's not their culture in those areas, you expect them to put their money in their houses. By the time this whole thing is over, and all the deceit that Atiku and others are doing, when it all ends, we will have damaged our economy badly. The same way, that was what happened to India. For 2 years, India didn't recover from it, but they will not tell you. They will say, oh, India did it. Tell us the full story about what happened in India. Our economy will have suffered irreparably. Then, many people will have lost faith in the banks. Governor Nasiru El-Rufai was saying that, oh, the banks have been made scapegoats. Let me tell you, the run that will be on the banks. Once this situation normalizes, people will go take their money. They will not
Go back.
Honestly, except you decide to be
because they
changing the
won't want this
currency
thing to happen
every
again.
2 years.
They won't want this thing to happen
Honestly.
again. That I will go and put my money somewhere and I cannot take my money back.
You know what's even
The banks will
irritating?
suffer.
It's not possible.
What's even irritating?
It's not possible.
Even me, I will go and take my money.
I don't want to mention the name of the bank, but they've shown me Pepe.
No, there are some banks that
They've
their
shown me
names
Pepe.
are last and they will remain
This
last.
period.
No, what is really irritating is this. I don't know whether they live outside the Nigerian bubble when people talk on television. And you wonder, do these people have families? You have brothers and sisters who are going
But
through
it
this.
doesn't show consistency in the
Already
part
there
of
was-
Atiku
No,
Abubakar.
Atiku is a serial shape shifter from day one. From not contesting against Obasanjo to contesting against Obasanjo. From fighting Obasanjo to contesting on ACN. From ACN back to PDP. PDP to APC. APC back to PDP. PDP to Dubai. Dubai back to PDP. He has never become, no, he changes position. Even the chameleon. You want me to go back and tell you the years he did this? He was in PDP in 1999. When he wanted to contest in 2003, when he fought his boss and was sidelined.
He didn't change.
In 2007, he went to ACN. He lost. He went back to PDP.
He couldn't have remained in PDP.
When APC was formed, he contested here at Onikon against Buhari. When he lost, he went back to PDP.
No, he didn't go.
Well, he went back. Well, is he not contested on PDP?
2015 election.
That's what I said. He was APC.
It was for 2019 that he now goes.
Then in 2015, he contested against Buhari.
So that
and for the
affects or
primaries
influence
at Onikon.
the way he...
So that's the way he is. But the surprise to me will be for Atiku to be consistent when it comes to political choices. He goes wherever the wind blows. It's not peculiar. We've known this a long time.
So,
it takes only one person to remain consistent in one line, despite all the
It takes a
problems.
principled person.
Yes, but Bola Tinubu was the first person that just spoke out against this thing, and immediately he spoke out, and since that time, it has
And
been
it's working. The thing has worked for him.
Yeah.
Because in the north now, and many parts of Nigeria, people now see this as something created to punish him, to make sure he doesn't win.
Yeah.
That's why in the north, they are singing Koda Kudi, Koba Kudi, Tinubu Zamuzaba. They are singing it. I saw women, meaning that whether there is money or there's no money, we'll vote for this man. You know, because Nasiru said, see, don't worry, keep your money. If the new administration comes, this policy will be stopped.
Koda Kudi.
Koda Kudi, Koba Kudi. Tinubu Zamuzaba.
The
It's
thing has
Tinubu that
the
we
thing
will
has
vote for,
backfired.
whether there is money or there is no money. I will send you a video of women singing the song. It's already going. They even held a rally to say, look, whether there is money or there is no money, we are for this man. Because, you see, Nigerians don't like it when it appears that you victimize someone. Our people stand by those victimized.
Yeah.
He's now looking, he has played the victim's role sufficiently by not even speaking too much. People can get the message. Why would you introduce this kind of policy at this time? And you are refusing to bend in a manner that will make our people not suffer. You are refusing to bend. How can anybody say, no, don't bring your money into the banks? How will they change it? And you said nobody will lose his money.
All right, we have to leave it there.